You still don't know One Piece's hidden lyrics. Let's do something about that. Welcome to the Ochamusha Onoi channel. My name is Greg, and if you care about who I am and what I do, go ahead, skip ahead to the end of the video. As with our last lyric-based video, we're going to be discussing about how music has influenced One Piece's illustrations. Now, I can't provide you, legally speaking, with illustrations of One Piece or with that music, but I can provide links to it, which are right in the description below. Alright, sorry to keep you waiting. Let's get into those juicy facts. Number 1. We'll start off with one that doesn't quite fit the lyrics exactly, but based on the look and the feel of the picture, something just seems to fit. Chapter 274's color spread sees the Straw Hat Men charging down a path by carriage, and somehow a bicycle? Both of them at breakneck speed, accompanied by the English text, "Riding High Already." I like to think that this piece was inspired by Aerosmith's 1976 hit, "Back in the Saddle." The lyrics contain the phrase "riding high," but not the full phrase "riding high already." Even though it's not a perfect match, there's just something about the rhythm of the music and the image itself that seems to gel so well. If that's not enough to convince you, consider the bicycle that Luffy's riding. Another accepted term for bicycle seat is saddle. So perhaps it's not just a coincidence that the Japanese name for a bicycle seat is sadoru. So what do you think? Is the Demon of Screamin' responsible for this One Piece illustration? Only one way to find out. Ask Oda in an SBS. Number 2. Does Oda-san listen to James Brown? Come on, don't tell me you'd be surprised that the creator of the Soul King listens to Soul Brother No. 1. The Straw Hats are oozing attitude in Chapter 293's color spread as they face shadowy would-be challengers in a game of basketball that, according to the look on Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji's faces, is a bit more serious than your standard game of horse. Oda chose the following English phrase to accompany this image: "You know the pirate ain't leaving no slack." The most prominent use of this phrase is from James Brown's 1979 single, "It's Too Funky in Here." The phrase fits almost perfectly, albeit the word pirate, which Oda substituted for the original's man. I'd bet good money that Oda was listening to the song, and when he got to that part, he thought to himself, much like I did, what the heck is he saying? He probably looked it up and thought it sounded cool, so he decided to appropriate it to the theme of his series. Number 3. Here's an example of how a song can completely change your interpretation of a scene. Chapter 304's musical color spread displays the following sentence fragment: "The colors of the rainbow so pretty in the sky." While that seems to be a pidgin English attempt referring to the rainbow-colored Eel Brothers, this is in fact just the first half of a line of lyrics in Louis Armstrong's "What a Wonderful World." The full lyrics of that segment are, "The colors of the rainbow so pretty in the sky are also on the faces of people going by." Until I realized this connection, it always hit me as a raucous and rowdy scene, but with this song in mind, it helped slow down the action, and it now plays out as a peaceful and even emotional scene. How about for you? Number 4. Back when it was first released, I thought the English from the color spread of Chapter 628, "Now It Cuts Like a Knife," was referring to a new ability of Luffy's, which would see him cutting his enemies with friction. Turns out I was just severely lacking in my appreciation for imported Canadian talent of the 80s and 90s. Cuts Like a Knife is the title of a 1983 Bryan Adams single, which includes the exact lyrics, "Now it cuts like a knife." This is yet another example where the music seems to fit the artwork perfectly and almost brings it to life. Number 5. I hope you enjoyed our journey through Beatlemania in the last video, because it's not over yet. Chapter 284's color spread with its relaxed pastels always puts me in a serene mood, and the smoking dog always gets a chuckle out of me too. But I'd like to draw your attention to the English in the lower right corner. Sound familiar? I can almost hear the "oh duh" going off in Alex the Dude's head right now. Yes indeed. Those are lyrics from the Beatles' 1966 hit single, "Yellow Submarine." Give the song a listen, and you'll notice that the melody, beat, and mood fit Oda's scene here like a glove. And I guess there's this too. The Plank. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me again. As always, you can check out my bi-weekly articles on the official One Piece website. If you get there and it's in Japanese, don't worry, don't freak out, it's cool. Just click on any article and you'll find the English button. Also, you should be following me on Twitter where I talk about everything from One Piece to pizza, which I love almost as much as One Piece. Don't forget to obliterate that like button. And if you haven't noticed, I'm pretty active in the comments section. If you have some advice or criticisms, I'd love to hear it. I'm always looking to see how I can make a better video for you guys. Also, Also, I want to make videos that you guys want to see, so if you have an idea for a video or there's something you want to know more about in the series, let me know. If I'm really interested in it, I just might make a video on it. And last but certainly not least, if you're a YouTuber who releases your reviews or live reactions on the day of the manga's official release in your home country, and you refrain from using the official artwork, I am more than happy to try and give you some free advertising on this YouTube channel and my Twitter account. One Piece's editors do follow me on Twitter, so it's an excellent opportunity for them to see your work. Well, that's all for this time, and now you really know One Piece's hidden lyrics. Okay, early morning reshoots. Give myself a shave, because I don't want to look like Superman in Justice League. Until I realized this connection, this always hit me as a pretty raucous. Why am I choosing to use that word? I'm literally making my life more difficult for me. He probably looked it up and thought it sounded pretty cool, so he decided to appropriate it to the theme of his theories. So close, Greg, so close. Until I realized this connection, this always hit me as a rather rocky. Is it my rocky? I'd bet good money. I'd bet good money. I'd bet good money. I'd bet good money. I'd buy that for $1. Until I realized this connection, this always hit me as a pretty rocky and rowdous scene. Rowdous? Rocky and rowdous. Rocky and rowdous. Get serious. Alright, it's time to be serious. Be serious. Why so serious? Until I realized this connection, this always hit me as a rather Rocky and Balboa, Rocky and Bullwinkle. It hit me as a Rocky and Bullwinkle. It hit me as Rocket Raccoon. It hit me as just die, Greg. But with this music in mind, it slowed down the action, allowing it to play in slow motion, and what did it do? I don't know how it did. That's all it did, apparently, for me. How deep, Greg? Until I realized that connection, this always hit me as a rather Rocky and Bullwinkle scene. Creek. Turns out I was just severely lacking in appreciation for imported talent from Canada. I'm sorry, Nathan. Until I realized this connection, this always hit me as a Rocky and Bullwinkle scene. Death. Turns out I was just severely lacking in my appreciation for judicial system. Until I realized this connection, this always hit me as a rather rocky and raucous. Why am I doing this to myself? Why? He looked it up and thought it sounded pretty good, so he decided to appropriate it to the theme of his series. Got it. Nailed it. Yeah! Theme of his series. Appropriate it to the theme of his series. Wah!